I don't bend, I don't pretend. Pride inside my chest like fire. I don't bend, I don't pretend, and there is a quiet fire inside my chest that has burned through every storm life has ever placed before me. It is not the fire of anger, nor the flame of arrogance that looks down on others. It is the steady fire of dignity, the kind that refuses to surrender its truth even when the whole world asks it to become something else. I have walked through seasons where silence became my closest companion, where disappointment sat beside me like an uninvited guest, and where hope seemed no brighter than a distant star hidden behind heavy clouds. Yet every time life tried to break my spirit, something deep within me whispered that I was made to stand, not because I was fearless, but because I refused to let fear decide the direction of my life. I don't bend to lies simply because they are popular. I don't pretend to smile when my heart carries honest sorrow. I don't wear masks to impress strangers or change my soul to fit into rooms where authenticity is unwelcome. I have learned that the greatest freedom belongs to those who no longer need to perform for the approval of the crowd. There is a strange peace that comes from standing in your own truth, even if you must stand there alone. The world often mistakes kindness for weakness and humility for surrender, but I have discovered that the strongest trees are the ones whose roots run deepest beneath the surface, unseen yet unshakable. My strength has never come from raising my voice. It has come from surviving the moments when I had every reason to give up but quietly chose to continue instead. Every scar I carry tells a story no applause could ever replace. Every failure became another teacher, every goodbye another lesson, every broken dream another invitation to build something stronger than before. Pride inside my chest is not the kind that believes I am greater than anyone else. It is the quiet pride of knowing I remained honest when dishonesty would have been easier. It is the pride of protecting my integrity when compromise promised comfort. It is the pride of looking in the mirror and recognizing the same person through every changing season because I never traded my character for temporary success. The fire within me has been fed by perseverance, by sleepless nights spent rebuilding dreams that had fallen apart, by mornings where I rose before the sun because giving up was never an option. My heart understood. It has been strengthened by every moment I chose forgiveness instead of revenge, patience instead of bitterness, and courage instead of excuses. Some people believe strength means never feeling pain. They are mistaken. Real strength is feeling every wound, every disappointment, every lonely night, and still refusing to let those things turn your heart into stone. I don't bend because my values are not for sale. I don't pretend because truth deserves a face that never hides behind false promises. I know the road of honesty is often longer, quieter, and far less celebrated, but it leads to a destination where peace quietly waits. I have no desire to wear borrowed crowns or borrowed identities. I would rather walk through life with empty hands and an honest heart than carry every treasure in the world while losing the person I was created to be. There were times when people misunderstood my silence, calling it pride, when in reality it was simply self respect. They mistook my refusal to chase approval as arrogance, when it was only the calm confidence that grows after surviving enough storms to understand your own worth. I no longer argue with every opinion or defend myself against every misunderstanding. Time has taught me that truth has a patient voice. It does not rush to prove itself because eventually every season reveals what words alone never can. Like mountains standing beneath changing skies, I remain grounded while the weather changes around me. Like rivers finding their path around every obstacle, I continue moving forward without abandoning my direction. Like the morning sun rising after the darkest night, I return with quiet determination even after life has tested every corner of my spirit. That is the fire inside my chest. It does not seek to burn others, it exists to keep hope alive when the winds grow cold. It reminds me that resilience is built one difficult day at a time, one honest choice after another, one faithful step beyond fear. And if one day someone asks who I truly was, I hope they never remember me for loud victories or empty pride. I hope they remembered that I stood for what was right even when it cost me comfort, that I remained kind without becoming weak, that I carried my scars with gratitude instead of shame, and that I lived without pretending to be someone I was not. Because the greatest triumph is not becoming admired by the world. It is remaining faithful to your own soul while the world constantly asks you to become someone else. So let the storms come, let the seasons change, let time leave its marks upon my face and its lessons upon my heart. I will still walk forward with the same quiet fire burning inside my chest, not to conquer others, but to protect the truth I have chosen to live by. I don't bend, I don't pretend. I simply continue with courage in my spirit, honesty in my words, and a heart whose strongest flame has always been the unwavering determination to remain true to itself.